Site-specific is already a good description. It is, a lot of people call it land art, which I'm a little bit skeptic about this term, because it is used nowadays for too many things. It's, for me, a very interesting and important development in art in the 60s, the land art movement. But I prefer site-specific because for me it doesn't matter if it is in the nature or in the city or inside or outside. I'm interested to work with the space and with the surrounding, with the architecture or whatever kind of things are around. Traditionally, sculpture is maybe more made in a studio and then put somewhere. And I go first somewhere and then I develop my thing for the place. I start with drawings, and I mean, actually I start with walking and researching and so, and then start to make some drawings, some sketches, and then what I like very much, too much, is to work with Photoshop and make a photo montage. This is an interesting process because I see already how the work is working with the surrounding, with the place. And it's a moment I have to start thinking about how to do it and what kind of support it needs or something like this. Yeah, it's a dialogue, really, yeah. Sometimes also a struggle, sometimes, yeah, it's a dialogue, yeah, you can say. Sometimes also change. I have an idea at one place and I realize it maybe a little bit later at another place where it is even more interesting. So it's not so predictable, this thing. I mean, of course, I'm also looking for constellations, like axes, where you can look, or constellations of trees or hills, or I'm very interested also in architecture, so if I'm attracted to, if there's a fragment of a gate, for example, or if there's a bridge, or these kind of things, or a bench, human-made things. I like to connect to these things also. Sometimes people ask me what you want to say, and I say, okay, I could economize, you say, a lot of sweat if I if I could say what I'm doing in words, but I do it in an image, which is sometimes difficult to do. And that's it, and people should just take it and do their own stories. But okay, but there are of course some basic issues in my work. One is, for example, movement. A lot of my works is like a time film still, like a still image, yeah. And then people can, I don't know, you can continue the movement in both directions. Like, for example, I did a lot of things which kind of dissolve, and there are always, there are often two groups of people. One say it's going down, the other say it's going up. And I like this, I like to be in the middle. I mean, this is the 0 point, like between breathing in, breathing out. It's the movement which stops in the moment. But it continues in the imagination, and that fascinates me. And if you speak about movement, you speak about time also. This is a very interesting issue for me. I'm not asked to do a work for Serenbe. It is more for Chattahoochee Hills, which is the bigger region. And I found some very nice and beautiful spots also. I was asked to come here for this month to develop proposals for this work, and if everything is good, hope so, cross the fingers, with the funding and so on, I will come back next year for realizing, and that would be nice, of course.